Not everyone should be a volunteer at an animal shelter. And I know we rely, and I know most all animal shelters and rescues rely on volunteers. But every once in a while, you get reminded why you need to check out your volunteers and have a volunteer process, an application process. And even when you do that, sometimes volunteers get through, don't need to be around animals. We have had a volunteer, which we'll call Brad, not his real name, who had been walking dogs for us for probably a week. And some of the staff members were saying, don't really like him. We think he's a little rough with the dogs. He's what? What you say? So we were keeping a close eye on Brad. And then yesterday, Brad is outside my window, at my office window, which is open because it's beautiful out here in Florida right now. And he's got a dog on a leash, one of our dogs, and he's talking to one of our customers who's waiting to come in for a nail trim. And she's telling him that her dog's a little bit dog aggressive. He's a big dog. We know the dog comes in all the time. So she is waiting until the dog in the lobby is out before she goes in. And he proceeds to explain to her that when dogs fight, big dogs fight, he breaks them up by smashing their heads together. Yes, I heard it with my own ears. So I waited till he turned and walked around the corner of the building, and I met him at the back door. And I said, Brad, please don't ever do that again. I said, now that woman who comes here all the time thinks that when our dogs get in a fight, we smash their heads together. Well, that's just a euphemism for, I talked to the hand. I didn't ask you to respond. Didn't ask you to respond. We exchanged a few more words, and I'm thinking to myself, not to be an asshole here, but who the fuck do you think you're talking to? Anyway, he goes back in the building with the dog, and I called our dog lead, our dog kennel supervisor, and I said, he needs to go. He doesn't need to be here anymore. She says, do you want me to send him home? And I was like, you can send him home and tell him not to come back. Or I will, whichever. She handled. She went and got, he had another dog by then, took a walk. She went and got the dog. Well, if you don't want my help, I won't be back. Precisely, we don't want your help. So I think it's really important to remember that not every volunteer and not every person should be around animals. And sometimes they slip through the cracks. In our eagerness to have people help us, we need to make sure that they're not helping us in the wrong way or not helping at all and making things worse. Animal care is job one.